It's I got some shit to say to the podcast, man. We're back like we don't stop, because trust us, we never do. All we do is work, and y'all better know by now who the hell I am.
Fuck you, Squints.
That's right, R.I.P.
Whizzle Fizzle.
Forever and always. With me today, this one is, man, this has been in the works for a long time. I had to prove it in person just last night. I don't know how I should even introduce this guy, but we'll start with WHITESOSA in the motherfucking building. Hell yeah. Memphis in the building.
Yes, sir.
Turn that TV off. There we go. Yeah, WHITESOSA. Or we could say
Heathcote.
Heathcote.
Yes,
Jesus, bro.
Yes, sir.
That shit threw me the fuck off, dog. I was like, what? But we'll get to all that. WHITESOSA in the building.
Yes, sir.
So, fun fact. Shout out Colt Graves. Last night, we went downtown for a show at Barstool, Nashville to see the homie Colt Graves. Fun fact, though, Sosa, is before I went that night, I told Colt knew I was not going to Chicago with o.n.e.
Yeah.
Sat that one out. So he knew I was in town. Every time he hits us, we're moving, and we just can't come to a Colt show. I'm a huge fan of Colt Graves. He FaceTimed me last night and said, "You're still coming, right?" And I was working on a video that was due today. Shout out Chad Arms for giving me a couple extra days on this video. Yeah. But when I told Colt that I had an extra day or two, he's like, "Bro, you have no excuse not to come to this show. Please come to this show."
Oh, yeah, so you had to come.
"I'm coming, Colt. I'll be there." And he's like, "Good, bro. My homie WHITESOSA's going to be there." And I said, "For real? Like, Memphis WHITESOSA?" Like, he told me this. And I said, "Bro, I've been trying to get WHITESOSA on this show since the first time I heard your name through my buddy Chad Arms." Shout out Chad. But he said, "Man, that's a perfect opportunity to network. He's going to pull up, blah, 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 blah." So, yeah, I pulled up, and within 5 minutes, I was able to meet Sosa finally.
Yes, sir.
And I said, "Bro, I've been trying to get you on the pod." And he's like, "For real?" And he opened his DM. I don't know when the DM was from.
Yeah, it's probably from like 2 years ago.
But it was there.
Yeah.
And all it said was, "Would love to have you on the podcast anytime you're in Nashville." That's all it took, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward 2 years, I'm right in front of the kid. Boom. 2 days later, he's on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Way to go, Squints.
I'm here.
Shout out Sosa, man. I appreciate you pulling up, dog. Extensive catalog, to say the least. To be surprisingly as young as you are.
Yeah, 25.
What the fuck? Off camera, he told me he was 25 years old. Because I try to get all these things established before we sit in front of this camera and talk shit. But that blew my mind, dog. I had no idea you were in your 20s. Yeah. No disrespect whatsoever. I've been hearing the name WHITESOSA for some years, Bubba. Yeah. That's crazy to me.
I gained relevance. I started being relevant in 2018.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, 20 years old, popping off. Let's talk about it, bro. When did you start getting serious about music? Memphis original?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Memphis and Mumford. But, right, like, really, though, I've always been serious. Like, I first started when I was 16. I went to record at my boy house after, like, he had came up to me at a football game trying to get me to record music. I spoke about this story so many times. But he got me to record, and I was terrible. My first song, it was just awful. Didn't know what I was doing. Was offbeat. Didn't know what I was doing at all. But I fell in love with doing it.
Yeah, gotcha.
I was like, I like doing this.
Shout out to that guy.
So I just kept going, and here I am. And it's like, so I feel like I've been serious since I was 16. I even bought my own studio equipment and everything in my mom's house back in like 2016, 2017.
Wow. Okay. What, have you always went by WHITESOSA?
Yes.
Damn, that's rare too, Bubba. Most people, like, when they first, especially at 16, fast forward to 25 now, 9, usually those first couple, to have your original name is kind of rare, right? Me, luckily, they made fun of me and called me Squints the first time I was called Squints, and then it just stuck, like, since, I was like 15.
I mean, what's crazy is I created the name WHITESOSA on Instagram. Like, that's what made him come up to me. We was at school. Like I said, we was at the football game. He's like, "Bro, your Instagram name is WHITESOSA. Like, you should really do music." Yeah. I'm like, you sound like you would be an artist.
Like, because of Chief Keef and shit like that? Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Well, I mean, in reality, Bubba, like, from a consumer standpoint, you have type of a drill kind of vibe.
Can I cuss on here?
Absolutely. It's called I Got Some Shit to Say, bro. That's why we built this show, so we can get on here and talk whatever the fuck we want. Yeah, fuck whoever wants to take whatever. We don't give a fuck. This is for the people, bro. We just sit here and talk shit, try to give them the real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was at, like, you have like a drill, like when you rap, you know what I mean? Like the country stuff you're doing now is like a lot different, but yet still similar because I still hear it. I hear that, like, that trap style fucking aggressive kind of bars. You know what I mean? But it's still the White Sosa that I can see the influence. Why was it White Sosa? Was it because of an influence from Chief Keef?
Yeah. Like when I was younger, I was just a big Chief Keef fan growing up.
Because drills happening,
so
bro.
I just like, fuck it, White Sosa. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody came up to me. So then I made Sosa just so it wouldn't be like a copy thing. Even though it's influenced by him. Yeah. I made it my own like acronym. So it's really S.O.S.A, someone on something amazing.
Okay, love that part of it. That's dope as fuck. I've seen a few like interviews of you and stuff, dude, and not to have you like run around the block to say the same old shit, but just for our consumers, listeners, watchers that may be unfucking aware or whatever reason, I think that's dope as fuck though to come up with your own analogy for it all in reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've always wanted to be original. I don't ever just want to take something from somebody.
That's dope though. But like you said, to make it your own sort of and it stand for something on your own terms, that's dope as fuck, bro. And it's kind of hidden. Like I said, I've never heard you like say that. But I'm sure you have, and there's people like your fan base may know what that means.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Shoot, you gain a new fan every day, so somebody's gonna find out.
Right. No, you're right. Say it one more time. What's it stand for?
Someone on something amazing.
Dope. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, man. When did you decide to come up, like take it to that length with the name? Like as far as like separating yourself from Sosa, was it early on about the time you released Sosa?
About 17. I was about 17, 18 when I did that.
Damn. Yeah. High school what was the like for White Sosa around high school when that record dropped? I first
started rapping when I was a junior.
Yeah.
So in high school, but just because like I said, I mean I'll admit it now. Like I was bad back then. Like, I couldn't really rap for real back then. I was just doing it just because I loved it. Yeah. And so I was getting laughed at school, making jokes, but honestly, I didn't care. All the jokes and everything made me want to go hard. It made me just want, all right, bet, let me lock in. Let me really do this. Yeah. Let me, like, now I'm getting, because other high schools will find out about me because of my high school making all these jokes. Yeah. So then I started gaining a popularity, first as a joke, but then once I got good, they're like, oh,
they do go hard.
Yeah, do go hard. Yeah. So then,
Yeah, that's interesting. It kind of turned on him a little bit, but I see how that shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happens. Yeah.
So right out of high school, obviously you start making a name for yourself. Obviously, right? 17 years old. Wow. So when did the recording process become like a thing? When did your first project drop?
My first, I ain't gonna lie, I dropped an album when I was like 16, 17 called S.O.S.A, but I took it down when I was like 19 because it wasn't good. Yeah. But now I got like a country EP, a country album out, and a whole rap album out right now.
Big facts. And a new single.
And I'm finna drop another rap album called S.O.S.A. Okay. I'm bringing it back. Yeah. But now, these days. You know what I'm saying?
Are you re-exploring some of those original records? Okay, cool. I was going to say, was it physical copy or digital upload?
Back then it was all digital.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. But still, that's interesting to hear. I mean, it's not forgetting where you came from type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, take it back to the original type shit.
Yeah, like I was just like, let me turn this SOS. I got a new cover for it and everything. And the cover now is way harder. But, yeah.
Oh, I could only imagine.
This album's going to be crazy. It's actually going to be insane.
What's the timeline for that?
Man, I keep pushing it back because I got so many singles.
2025?
Yeah, it's going to be this year.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be like, for sure, September probably.
Okay, dope.
Late August, early September.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that gives them a little perspective about when to expect like another body of work from Sosa. You know, that's important.
I got so much hard shit finna drop. And it's like I know some of them I don't want to put on the album, so I want to drop it and then drop it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm very indecisive when it comes to my music, so I'm just like, fuck it, drop.
And from my perspective, like just sitting here, because me and Sosa sat for half hour. We went over some records. I shared some records with him, shared some records with me. Y'all know how this goes. I flex with this all the time because I get these exclusive records, right? And I can tell you that I guess I heard probably like 3 or 4 new records coming from Sosa, and that boy's got some shit coming. Some cool collaborations coming. Like he's working, and it's interesting to see that based off like your track record as the White Sosa I was originally introduced to through the music. Fast forward to the more country stuff you did. Just all 2024, you made country music. You told me that off camera. What sparked that drive? What made you want to?
I originally sparked it was like I was like 22, 23. It's like after my coma. My coma was in 2021. Yes. It's after my coma, and it was like, man, I kind of just, I don't know, I wanted to bring in a side of me they never seen, which is my father's side. Okay. Because I always grew up with my mother and everything like that, but I also grew up with my father. I just never expressed that.
Gotcha.
So I want to express it. And all I grew up with around out there is country, just straight country.
Yeah.
Redneck shit all the time. So I want to express that. So I said, I don't want to do that in rap. I said, I want to do it making country music.
Yeah. From
So
that perspective. Just, yeah, I get it.
I was new to country music, but I said, fuck it, let's do it. And it wasn't, because I'm very a hard critic on myself. So to me, I knew it wasn't country. Country, I would never let somebody label me as a country artist.
Sure.
Because I know what made me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want other country artists to be like, you're not a country. I know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I already knew that. So it's like, I like it. So now it's just like everybody calls it now country rap, but now the new country stuff I'm finna drop though is gonna be insane.
Facts. And some of those samples that I was a witness to earlier were along that line. But as far as like that country, that the criticism for creating a country album or country content or whatever else, you're a creator at the end of the day. You're an artist. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I like tell people, like they'll be like, well, how do you? I've heard people be like, you can't do rap and country. You got to pick one. I'm like, no, music is art. You can do whatever you want to do.
Facts, dude. I love. We spoke about this like over the past few weeks. This words came out a lot. Genreless music, to where like a true artist, man, in realism, can create music. Period. It doesn't have to be genre labeled or aimed at a specific demographic or genre based sound. Like, bro, just get in there and fucking make whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Like, when you're so versatile, it's like it's hard to stick to one.
Right.
Like you get bored of one, so you want.
Facts.
That's really what it was. That's another reason why I started doing country. I got bored of rap. Like I got tired of hearing the same shit on the radio.
It makes so much sense to me. Yeah. Like knowing you're from Memphis, got so involved with rap, like straight up fucking drill style fucking rap music at 16. So by the time you're 25 and your career has put you in a position where you're in Nashville every other weekend.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, the shit's gonna fucking make you be like, bro, I bet I could. I like this stuff. I bet I could create some of this stuff. Why not fucking try the shit? Why not? You know what I mean? And then, but you learn more about yourself as an artist. You learn more about your current fans. You learn more about the direction you want to go afterwards. Mm-hmm. Plus, you checked it off the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's dope to explore it so early on. Yeah,
and I my realest answer, excuse me to the rap game, forgive me for saying this. I do like, I'm in love with country. Like that's my love right there, country. Like I love.
Shame on you. Yeah, like what gives a fuck?
I love doing rap too, but country really got my heart right now.
Yeah, that's what's up. It's all part of the like. This sounds cheesy and old manish to me, but it's part of the maturity process, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like you're growing up, dog, and like to get so involved with like the gangster shit early on. And if you listen to Sosa's early catalog, that's exactly what the fuck's going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like from that type influence, and then you start appreciating different things and
go through a lot of shit.
Right. Like, well, you spoke about your coma, man. Yeah. So what put you in a coma? How did we get there?
Me and my girl at the time, we was escaping from this attempted robbery. They were trying to rob us, but we were able to escape. And as we were escaping, as we were coming back to our rental, this random couple, I guess they weren't paying attention. I really don't know. Can't really remember. Of
course not. Yeah.
But I guess they weren't paying attention. There was no street lights, and they hit us, and I took the most impact. They hit us as we were walking. Mm-hmm. I took the impact. She took impact, but I took the most. And it gave me a brain injury. I was in a coma for like 9 days. Yeah. I was paralyzed on my left side for like a month and a half.
Damn, dog.
Then
I remember seeing it.
My nose was broke. My jaw was broke. Whatever bone this is was broke. I was just,
I think that's what I remember seeing. So, and I don't remember it like in detail, but I remember like, because I knew you and Chad were affiliated. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Chad's obviously one of my best friends in the whole world. And when I saw you were affected by something, I remember like, bro, like, did you, maybe he hit me or I hit him in whatever reason. I'm like, bro, Sosa, like, what happened to Sosa? And I think it was explained from whatever perspective it could be explained at the time. But yeah, man, that's a pretty traumatic thing to deal with, bro.
Oh, crazy.
And how old were you when that happened?
21.
Yeah. See, bro, like that'll change your perspective on a lot of shit.
And that's why I tell people like people be like, how, when people be like, how old are you? I be like 25. I always end the sentence with, I'm 25, but I feel like I've already lived 100.
Damn, that's real.
Like, cause I've been through so much already in my life, seen so much, did so much. I just, I've seen so much at 25. I feel like I've already lived. Like, if I was to die right now, I could have a whole book wrote about me.
Well, not many people can say
God
that.
forbid, I hope, I pray I don't die.
Heaven forbid.
Right now,
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. But yeah, it's interesting to hear you say that. But I mean, again, dude, and being completely transparent, when I asked him off camera how old he was, what was my reaction? When you told me you were 25,
shocked.
I was like, what the fuck? Because again, man, it just doesn't. It didn't make sense to me. And I even said, like, from the amount of tattoos you got on you.
Yeah.
Like, usually, it takes time to build up tattoos or full, like full sleeves and shit. So, I don't know. It's an interesting perspective to learn that you're that young. But to your point, man, to deal with something that's a life altering event.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To be in a traumatic fucking state or in a coma for 9 days. Yeah. And, be half paralyzed and all this kind of shit, bro. Obviously, you're not going to come out with the same. You're gonna think a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you'll think way different. And then, like, some people don't learn their lesson.
No, still just be
out here just BSing. But like me, I mean, mind you, I still be around certain things, but it'd be like I know how to move now.
Yeah.
So I know how to operate rather than just be out here loafing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just be.
So after the accident, you were 21. How long were you out of the creative state? I mean, because obviously that fucked with you.
I said once I got in rehab a month, like, so I was in the hospital till come was February 5th. I was in the hospital till like March 5th, something like that. Went to rehab and I got out like March 19th.
Gotcha.
Or it's something around that time. I know I got out on my little brother's birthday, which was March 19th, and I was only in there like
2 weeks or so.
2 weeks, yeah. And they told me I was supposed to be in there 2 months, but once I got in there, I said, I can't be having my fan base wait this long. They're gonna forget about me because that's just what happens.
Yeah, you're right.
It's sad to say, but that's what happens.
It's so sad to say, but that is the way the world works.
So I said I had to get back out there. So I got in there and I got to work and I made sure I was like, I'm not gonna stay in here. They're expecting longer than 2. They for sure thought longer than 2 weeks. I got this shit done. It was really like 9-10 days.
Yeah.
And then once I was able to walk, they said, he can go.
And then once you got out of there, it was right back to.
Yeah, I got in the studio. Mind you, my speech was fucked bad, fucked up.
Yeah.
I couldn't even talk right. But I got in the studio though, and I got an album out called Brain Injury. Mm-hmm. So earlier I said I only had one rap album. I got 2 rap albums. The Brain Injury album, I dropped February 5th, 2022.
Okay.
Or 23. I think it was 2022 though. It was one of them I can't
So about
remember.
6-7 months after the accident.
No. Oh, no, yeah. So it was 2023. 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2023 when I dropped the album. Because it took me a while to record it because my recovery.
Yeah.
But I recorded that out. Every song from song 1 to the very end, you could hear like a progressive voice change.
Yeah, like you coming back.
Yeah, you could hear the recovery. You could hear it.
Yeah.
You could hear my voice is getting better and better.
Yeah.
Like my first song, you could tell my speech is all the way thrown off.
Yeah.
But you could tell by the last song.
In your natural speech, do you feel anything different now?
Yeah. Like when I'm in the studio now, like it'd be hard for me to like say certain, like I couldn't even tell you what words because it just happens. But it'd be like certain line. Like if I want to say a line, if it's 2 certain words in this one line that it's hard for me to say together. Yeah. I have to change the line up because it's like I can't fit both of these because my mind operates faster than my mouth. Or it's one or the other.
I get it.
So it's like
any other thing? You affected any other way you still deal with?
I still got slight nerve damage on my left side, but like you ain't gonna notice it unless you know what I'm saying. Unless you was me, you ain't gonna notice. Sure. It, you know what I'm saying. So
but to be paralyzed on your left side through all that, and then come back with just what you say is, and I didn't know you before, unfortunately, but to say that your speech is a little affected, and there is some nerve damage over in the left side, bro. That's a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
And I be stuttering sometimes too. I'm not really, it ain't no crazy ass stutter, but it's a little stutter there sometimes.
Hey, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Like the day, I tell everybody I'm grateful it happened. I wanted it to happen. It taught me everything. Yeah. So I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful it happened.
Looking back at it, this will sound like a crazy question, but this is just the way my mind works. Mm-hmm. Do you remember anything about the coma, the 9 days?
Yeah. Every dream I had was like tragic. Like
really?
It's like I can't even call it a dream. It's kind of nightmares. It's like tragic. It's like me trying to save her because that's what happened. You It was me trying to save her every
Wow.
dream, but in a different scenario every dream though. Like the one dream I always remember. It's weird. It was like we was flying. We was on a plane. Plane broke down, and I'm trying to save her. Ain't no in real life, you ain't saving nobody from that.
Yeah,
But
odds are slim.
But I was trying to save her in a situation of like flying in the plane. It's finna be a plane crash.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I get it. And forgive me for asking that. It's kind of almost rude for me to ask that.
No, it
but
ain't rude because a lot of people ask that. I mean,
I'd be wondering. You know what I mean? I'd just be like that. And in new reality, fun fact. Earlier today, I saw on Instagram, it was like a product that's coming out that records your dreams.
Yeah, I ain't trusting that. Like all that stuff that got to do with the mind, and I'd be weird about that.
I was thinking about that, and then like they say that like when you sleep, like a lot of people dream, like you're supposed to dream every night, but your brain doesn't register or remember them, especially as you get older. Like when you're a little kid, you dream a lot, and then as you get older, your imagination fades, so that dream reality world dream world kind of fades. Unfortunately, we spoke about this on the pod before, but I'm weird like this. But I thought that was interesting to be able to record your dreams if you're in a state where you don't remember them. I'd be interested to know what the fuck I'm dreaming about because I don't remember them.
I would definitely be interested, but I wouldn't trust it though because you really never
right?
know.
Who's writing these fucking stories?
How are they gonna really tell what our brains think?
Yeah,
that don't make sense. Like I don't know.
There's this one page I follow and it's for shit. It's not just for shit for dreams, but it's about like new inventions, right? I saw a jetpack that you put on underwater the other day. Dude, that motherfucker was so badass, bro. It was so dope. It was like a little submarine thing that like pull you around underwater. But that same page is who posted and it was like this little fucking TV. It was about this big, and I don't know, man.
I'm very big on theories though, like
conspiracy theories and shit.
All that, but like this is a theory. This ain't a real conspiracy theory, I don't think. But I've always wondered, like, cause I have a big problem with this, like. When I have nostalgic feelings and stuff, I get sad.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, of course, the nostalgic feeling is good. And it's a good feeling at first, but then it'll make me think back to that time and be like, I miss this.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll get sad and I'll be like, wow, times done flew so fast. And I tell my friends all the time and they be laughing, but I always be like, where does time really go?
Bruh. That's the most.
Like, have you ever thought about like where does time really go? Like, yes, it becomes a memory and everything, but
yeah,
what if there's a way you can access
it back?
Yeah,
or just relive it or
like
replay
it's
it.
It's here. So
it's like a file cabinet up there.
What if there's like a point in our brain that we haven't reached, like a power in our brain that we haven't reached to where we could just
go back?
Yeah,
I totally get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll tell you one thing, bro, about like as I got older, like from being your age, 25 to where I'm at now. It seems like it gets faster.
Mine, bro. I'm gonna tell you this.
So much faster.
Now I know as you get older, time get faster.
Especially with kids.
But
way faster.
This is what's weird now. Why are so when I used to go to these high school football games and vlog them and see my fans and everything, I'll add like one time I asked one of them I'm like, how's school going, whatever. Time's flying. Huh?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I never said that.
Dude, I didn't either.
So when it gets to the point where I'm like, in my head, I already knew time was flying faster than what it should be.
Yeah.
When a kid told me that, I'm like,
what's happening?
What is really going on here?
I get it. That's crazy, bro. But like, cause when I was like a kid, like after school, you go to school drags out all day.
Exactly.
It's the longest event of your fucking life. Then you get out of school. It takes you fucking an hour plus to get home on the bus or whatever the way you're getting up, right?
Yeah.
Then you get home, you got to eat something real quick or something. You got to do your homework real quick. You got to do something. There's time for it, though.
Yeah.
You do all that just so you can get outside and go play or ride your bike, whatever the fuck.
Game.
Bro,
like Call of Duty.
Yeah, do that. But you, like outdoor shit, you be able to do from the time you got out of school and got your homework done till the street lights came on or it got dark.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be an eternity of time. Like it felt like you could ride your bike all the way across town, play a fucking, bruh, crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I totally understand that.
Yeah. Then of course people would be like, it's the phone. That could be true.
It definitely
in our phones.
It's definitely a aspect of it. I'd agree.
But I had a phone in 8th grade or 9th grade.
Flex.
But I was like, time still felt slow.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that. You know.
I'm with you though, 1,000,000%. I'm glad that we're talking about this crazy shit. I don't know how we ended up here, but You're fucking right. That's a great theory, and I co-sign it. I'm with you on that one, Sosa, for real. Where the fuck is time going?
I've had thoughts about a lot of crazy shit. I guess some conspiracy theories I can't talk about because they're too sensitive, but and some shit.
And you can't get none of it back. You can't get more. You know that movie, what's it called? Just in Time? It's a movie with Justin Timberlake in it. I think that's what it's called, Just in Time. But a person's life is valued off time. And like when you're born, they give you like 50 years, and you have a clock on your arm, like a little digital display that says you have fucking 49 years and so and so, and it goes down, and it expires. You die, but you will watch it expire. Or there's like this thing they can do like this, and I can give you time, give me time. But then value in the world becomes.
I don't think I've seen
right?
it. I know what you're talking about.
Then motherfuckers start buying shit with time. Like you're rich if you have 1,000 years worth of time on your arm, because you can you'll do anything to live another year if your shit's on zero. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's an interesting movie, but in reality, what if it was like that shit? Like, what if there was a way we could get it back in some type of form to? I don't know, man. But to your point about like going back in certain moments and shit that we remember and like reliving them or something.
Shit. I feel like there's an access point right here we got to get to.
So hopefully it happens in our lifetime. If they're recording our fucking dreams, we got to be close.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of crazy. Man.
That's crazy, right? I have to show it because I remember liking the picture so I could share it with someone. So I could just like say, you can go to your likes, you know what I'm saying, to see all the shit you've seen or liked. But it blew my mind. It don't even seem like it'd be real, but. Yeah, dude. So we were talking about White Sosa's here. We were talking about like the country transition, and like how where that inspiration came from, originated from, almost why you almost felt obligated as a creator to test those waters and explore those things. But now it's kind of migrated the original trap gangsta Sosa into that country rap world. It seems like, bro, and it seems like that's where you're getting comfortable.
Well, that's what they love. So
yeah,
I love it too.
Yeah, there's obviously a lane for this. We spoke about it off camera and the affiliation this show has with so many people in that genre.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's been interesting as a content creator or a podcast host myself to watch that genre grow over the past 4 years. A lot's happened in 4 years. So a lot of artists have, stepped into the light or made a career off of this shit. So it's definitely a thing nowadays, man. And then to see some of the other cats. Like a name that's rung my bell a few times, but never in that lane. And then to hear like some of the unreleased music or upcoming stuff you got coming now and seeing like, damn, Sosa may be ready to make some noise on y'all when this country rap shit.
I'm finna fuck y'all up. I'm sorry to say. I'm finna fuck y'all up.
Bro, I gotta be real, man. I had to, as we sat here and listened to records and I as we're talking about it, bro, I wrapped my head around it. And usually I don't mess with these type theories, but I really think that there's going to be a pretty dominant stance by my friend White Sosa in this country rap lane.
That shit finna be crazy, because I'm a whole different breed when it comes.
Yeah,
I'm finna.
Well, I think it's like you said earlier on, man. It's like you're basically taking the best of both worlds that you, as a person, like you as an artist, who you've came to become from 16 to 25, and with the success you've seen. Then I grew up with both backgrounds. Both backgrounds. From you said it in one of those songs. You said city and country. No, I said in the country with them rednecks or on the block with the members. Yeah, with the members. For real. I get that, bro. But that's an interesting perspective. But it's one that a lot of these, either you are or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And to be a person that can tap dance over both of these lines and then kind of make them both work. That works, you know what I mean? And the resume, as far as like the things, being from Memphis, etc., and then like your father's background or like that part of your life that influences the countryside of it. And then now, like as you became more successful, White Sosa as the artist, you're finding yourself here a lot. Yeah. Like and I mentioned to you guys last night in real time. We were at Barstool Nashville watching Colt Graves. You know what I mean? And rocked out. He did, man. Out. He did. Shout out Colt Graves, man. Facts. I'm a fan of that guy. Facts. But I thought it was interesting to hear my friend Colt Graves tell me to come see his show, that his friend White Sosa was going to be there. And I was thinking like, wait, that's like the white Sosa that Chad's been telling me about for so many years. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. I know Sosa had been making the country shit. Like, that kind of makes sense. And then, I think you've got it figured out about where you need to be.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's important for you, bro. And unfortunately, I didn't know much of you personally until yesterday and today. But I think I see it. I think you're getting comfortable.
Oh yeah, and what's crazy is like I had a friend named Paco. I got a friend named Paco. He told me, well, his rap name, shout out to him, Breach Baby. That's what they call him.
Okay, shout Breach Baby.
But he told me years ago. I'm talking about I was young when he told me it was like 20, 19. He's like, bro, you need to go to Nashville. They'll love you there. He was like, you need to go to Nashville. But I was like, back then, I'm so young minded. I'm on some Memphis shit all the time.
That's a big difference between you know if your mindset's not there, then it's hard to absorb that part of it.
But then like as I've gotten like now I see what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now I see what he's talking about. And he wasn't the only one that said it. My boy Wolf told me. I've heard a bunch of people tell me the same thing. So I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. You think you'll move here one day?
This is where I want to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
dope.
that's where I want to be.
Yeah, that'd be fire, bro. Because in reality, like seeing you last night in the city with Cold or whatever, and then the next day have you here. I asked him outside or before we started the pod, you know, like, did you move here? But it seems like most of them do. After they start coming in the city a little bit more, man, they all end up saying they're gonna move here.
I spent a lot of this year, 2025 right now. I spent most of 2025 damn near in Nashville. Like, yes.
But you say you got some homies here and that kind of shit, so it's easy for you.
That stay here. Shout out to my boy JP, Alex, all them.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. But Memphis, quick shot down the road. You know what I mean? It's not too crazy of a drive. I mean, hell, you could be home this evening if you needed to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's good to know. What's it like for you back in Memphis currently?
I mean, I really like. I'm be real. Like I go to. I mean, I'm there, but I'm not. I don't like to say I live there, but I'm there and I'm there and I'm out. But like really, I be in Mississippi more than anything.
Oh, okay.
Like DeSoto County, like
okay,
like Olive Branch, South Haven, Hernando. That's really where I be because I got a lot of friends that stay out there.
Yeah,
and that's really where I be every day. Like I'll go shop out there and everything.
Use a drifter.
Yeah, my friend Temp, shout out to Temp. He says all the time. He be like, "Buddy's a Rolling Stone."
Rolling Stone, man.
That's
all
right. Because this whole month I've been traveling, like road running, like not even just I flew a couple times, but really just road running.
Live it up, Bubba.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not many youngsters 25 years old are able to do that. You know what I mean? To create, because you create music full time. You know, you're making a living off of this.
Yeah.
And with a clear projected path to make more and be more successful. You know what I mean? You're surrounding yourself with winners and you're making the right type of moves and learning who you are as an artist to put yourself in a great position to do this. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's dope that you're making the type music you're making now, man.
Eventually, I ain't gonna lie. My bad, cut you off.
No, you're good.
But eventually, because you just brought up music, eventually I do want to like, I really got to dive into the word more before I do it. But I wanna, because I'm a Christian.
Okay.
But like,
gotcha.
I'm a big believer in Jesus.
Sure.
Like, very big believer. I just got baptized last year.
Oh, congrats, man. That's a big leap.
Yes, sir. And I wanna make a Christian song eventually. I mean, I got some, but it ain't Christian. It's about God, but it ain't. You know what I'm saying? The song's just, I wouldn't say it's deeps down into Christian. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to end up making like a Christian song. Maybe a few.
Maybe like an EP or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
just when the timing's right, or
just. I feel like when God gives me that go.
Yeah.
When God gives me that go.
You'll know.
Yeah, I will.
It doesn't surprise me, though, to have that type mentality after such a tragic accident. You know what I mean? Because
I give all that glory to God.
As you should.
I'm so glad I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, that, you know, there's only, as you should. You know what I'm saying? But that's an eye-opening catastrophe, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it takes that type shit to open your eyes and make you realize what's important or, you know, like, tomorrow's never promised type shit. And
exactly.
But I think that's interesting to also hear you mention that at 25 and where you're at currently in your career to just, you know, one day, just so y'all know, one day I'm going to do that because personally it's like you feel obligated to. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But hey, no shame in that shit, bro. So, you know.
No shame in it at all.
None at all. I actually have a handful of artists that associate with that are only in that lane.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to dance over in that lane or get somewhere around those type creators, let me know. Because they're all creditable people. They all make great music. One's won a Grammy before from Christian rap. So
like I just got into listening to Forrest Frank.
Okay.
He's hard.
Cool.
He's very hard.
Yeah.
And then what's that song called?
There's a lot of dope Christian rappers, bro.
This is one song that really said it for me. It's Where I Find God by Larry Fleet. That song.
Fleet. I know that name.
That song hits the heart every time.
There's a current, not to cut you off, there was a current rapper, and I forgive me for not remembering his name. If I find him, though, I'll try to put it in text right here as we're discussing this. But there is one newer guy, maybe within the last like year and a half, I've seen just his whole career just skyrocket. And that's the only type of music, no profanity, no. It's like NF, you know what I mean? Like
NF
NF
goes crazy.
My daughter put me on NF.
I've been a fan of his since I was like a kid. So
I didn't even realize for like the first few albums I heard of him that he didn't cuss and shit. Like it was just like it's so good and so like substance filled and like it's dope bars and all that. Like you don't even realize that he's not saying fuck you, fuck that, fuck this type shit. It's just like. But yeah, I think it's probably the fact that you feel obligated to. You know, but that's understandable, dude. And shit, hold that fucking trophy high, dude. Because I guarantee you, when you get to that point in your life, dude, when you want to put that type project out or music out or song out or whatever, it's going to be a banger.
Oh, it will. It definitely will.
I'm interested to hear that when that happens. You already wrote it?
Nah,
at least the first one you
like,
mentioned?
On my album, it's like I said, it's a song about, giving glory to God and everything. I do on the S.O.S.A. album. That's going to be like either the outro or the intro.
Dope. Okay. That's the one you promised before the end of 2025. He said September.
Yeah, September. That's what I'm thinking.
Dope, man. Dope. Currently, your latest single, the TGIF.
It's a remix, Glorilla remix. Shout out to Glorilla.
You snap on that. Bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Snap. I was listening to it as you pulled up outside. That's just fire, bro.
What's crazy, it's been out since I dropped that in the middle of my whole country era. I dropped that in the middle of it just because I wanted to still show them, man, I'm still rapping. Like, don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget.
So I dropped that then, but it just hit all platforms last week because my distribution people told me I could put it on all platforms as long as I mark it off as a remix. So I said, all right, bet.
No problem.
So it's gonna run up my stream. So
right.
Cool.
There's another one on there that's that's one of those.
One take.
Yeah.
That's Rugrat, right? He hard. Shout Rugrat, he hard, but I had to remix that joint.
Had to, he said. Yeah, I get it. You like doing that often, huh?
With remixes? Well, if I don't remix, I'm gonna sample something.
Yeah.
Just I sample a lot of classics just because I want to bring back that nostalgic feeling for my fans.
Yeah.
Because I know they like that older music. You know? But like remix, I like doing remixes too because my remixes be getting off. I guess because I do so good on them.
Yeah.
So I do them.
All I can say from this perspective is that I heard one upcoming song that had a crazy fucking sample on it, and I know one remix he wants to put out. I gotta help him get the instrumental for.
Yeah.
But both of which are gonna be bangers. Yeah, dog. I'm just was so excited to finally meet you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Me too, bro.
Because like I said, having the affiliation I have with Chad, bro, like he co-signed you. It was before your accident. I know that. Told me that he like put me on your music, and that's when I followed you. Probably when I messaged you.
Yeah.
And was like, bro, like, dude, I need you on the pod type shit, man. But after finally getting an opportunity to meet you, bro, and then seeing your career do what it's done, and your personal life do what it's done since then, you're all right, man. You know what I'm saying? And even last night, let's tell them about last night. Last night at Colt's shit, we're in VIP shop Barstool. They took care of Colt, so Colt's got like trays of liquor and all this kind of shit, and we're trying to enjoy ourselves. We have a couple drinks, couple shots. Probably not the shit that you would order, but that's what they provide. It was like a tray of Jack, and it was like
Jack.
Yeah, like just straight up Jack shots. Yeah. We had a couple of them, you know what I mean? But
a couple of them.
Long story short, me and Sosa end up at the bar, and I tell Sosa, I'm like, bro, let me buy you a shot, bro. And he says this weird. All I heard was, I'm like, hold on, what'd you say, Sosa? And he says it again, and I look at him, I'm like, bro, I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck you're saying to me. I said that,
rumple.
Yeah, rumple. Before he even could finally say it to me, I asked him to just order the fucking shot. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. Please order the shot. The rumple, got us.
Yeah.
That I didn't know nothing about this, and then today at my job, I was trying to explain to the guys at work. I was like, man, the homie Sosa had me drinking this shit. I was like, it's like this like sweet fucking. It tastes like fucking peppermint.
Mouthwash.
Yeah, it tastes like mouthwash.
Yeah.
And dude said, oh, Rumple. I was like, that's it, Rumple. And then I Googled the bottle. It's a crazy bottle.
100 proof.
Yeah, that's one of them bottles. You see that.
On top of that, when I was in Atlanta, so I guess a lot of people don't order Rumple in Atlanta. I guess not. I don't know. But I was in. I asked the bartender, "Can I get a shot of Rumple?" They said, "We don't got Rumple." I said, "Damn, why not?" He said, "People that drink Rumple don't give a fuck about life."
Man,
I'm like,
Rumple.
I care about my life. I just like the rage a little bit.
Rumpelstiltskin?
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. But when I Googled the bottle, I'll put a picture of it right here. When I saw that bottle, I was like, yeah, that looks like some.
That's
like,
some shit take you out the game.
Like PGA. You know what I mean? Like fuck Everclear, like that type shit. Like that pure grain alcohol. Oh, God. But it's not that bad. It just tastes like peppermint schnapps or some shit.
Yeah, that's what it is, peppermint schnapps.
But it's real strong, really strong. Because I only had a couple shots at the table and then them 2 shots with you. Because we went back for another Rumple.
And then I had 2 tequila waters and a high noon. I mixed too much and it ended me up on a bad on the wrong side. And I done threw up somewhere.
It's probably that fucking high noon, that seltzer shit. You drank that shit?
I like high noons. They're pretty good.
I do like the seltzers more than I would traditionally like beer, but I was never really a big beer guy.
I'm not a beer guy. I can't. Like I can. It depends. Like a Michelob Ultra. Like
yeah, something real light.
I can do it sometimes, but I really don't like it like that.
But like lagers and ales and shit, bruh.
What's crazy is though, I just started drinking. I told him this earlier, y'all, but I just started drinking like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
just started. But
I said, for real, you're a rapper, bro. That don't even make sense.
Yeah, I just started drinking like 2 years ago. But honestly, I want to go back down that path where I don't again for like at least for a few months.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, just so I can lock in with my body and my health.
Recenter. I get it, man. Just a little reset, but
so,
that's good. That's good to have that mentality, though, bro. Especially at your age, man. It's good to step away from the toxic shit.
Yeah.
That, because ultimately you end up like me and out of shape and that kind of thing. So just fucking that. If you can do that, like winter and shit, like we were talking about, like step out during the have fun summers, go on the lake, have a beer, drink, kick it, whatever.
Winter, fall,
when it gets cold, bro. Unless we at the football game, we ain't drinking.
Yeah, but
then you can still drink social type shit, just not to the capacity we do like regularly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like I was saying before we went down another tailspin, man, it's just it was a pleasure meeting you, bro. I had a good time last night, and then fast forward today, the conversation we had prior to hitting record and the conversation we've had since being on. I think it's been dope to see where you're going or see where you've gotten thus far.
Thank you.
But I'm so curious about where the fuck you going next, dog, because it's gonna be exciting to see.
I'm curious too, because honestly, my life been going all types of
Keep
places.
going, Bubba. Keep your foot on the gas. Don't let up. Don't fuck. Just keep doing what makes Sosa happy, bro. Whether it's the country shit or if you want to make a jazz record tomorrow or the Christian song that you mentioned, like it don't matter, bro. I just think as long as you keep creating, you're gonna keep going. You're just gonna keep building and you'll probably get looks that you never thought. You know what I'm saying? Because if you would have told me the Sosa that I first learned about 2 or 3 years ago I'd finally meet him and he'd be with Colt Graves.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's just where your career's kind of like taking you. And that's not a fucking bad place to be.
Nah, the way I'm a lot happier. And like, even though I will admit, like, I was doing more streams back in 2019 and everything, I'm happier now than I was then. I'm just being real.
That's the most important thing, though. Yeah. The amount of streams ain't near as important as the actual reasoning of what's happening. Yeah. And you saying happiness, you're more happy now and more peaceful, peace.
I've had fans even like DM me like, bro, like keep doing what you're doing right now because I can tell in your pictures, bro, you're smiling.
Those are real fucking fans.
Yeah, like,
save them guys. Keep them close. Always. Yeah, keep those close. I know for a fact you interact with your fans. Yeah, but those type people are definitely the ones that you should set aside. You know what I mean? Or because their opinions are the ones that'll pull you out of the dark places and shit. Because just for them to say shit like just based off your pictures, we can tell. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Fans reach out to you and tell you your emotions and shit.
I've even had a few friends be like, bro, like your country music videos, bro, you just seem so happy.
Yeah.
Like shit,
that's the move, man.
that's what I love doing.
Yeah, that's the fucking move.
Yeah.
So with a TJIF remix available now from Sosa, the country project last year,
Heathcote, and Contretto out now.
I love how you separated the names too.
Yeah,
to where it's Sosa and then Heathcote, and then you can find them both together. But I think that's dope. So it don't. I'm not gonna say pollute, but like
so people don't get confused.
That's it. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and also when they go to Sosa and they hit shuffle, you don't have to listen to the countryside of you as an artist.
Exactly.
Like you know what I mean. And then when you want to re-explore that shit 2 days, 2 years, 10 years from now,
exactly.
You know, you put that other persona on to the side and fucking do the country shit. Like it makes sense to me. But I'm excited to see where this next shit takes you, bro. From the album Sosa coming out, S.O.S.A. album. Yeah.
It's gonna go crazy.
It is going to go crazy.
I got so much special stuff for y'all. A whole lot.
I'm excited to see every bit of it, man. I tell each and every one of our guests, dude, that once you get that chair, anytime you got some shit to say, bro, promo run, or you want to just come through and talk some shit, man, please let this be your home base.
When this ends, I'm gonna show you another song.
Please,
and
yes.
This song is like, you're gonna hear like what I went through. You're gonna be like,
the real shit.
Yeah.
Dope. Hell yeah. But yeah, Sosa, we're locked in, Bubba. I appreciate your time, bro.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
you.
check out White Sosa, man. Go tap into any of that shit we just covered. The Heathcote album, any of the
Soul Semester, Heathcote,
that
S.O.S.A. coming soon.
September.
Contretto out now. Y'all go get all that.
Yeah, go get it, man. But you got a home here, Bubba. Keep going,
sir.
man. Stay pot. You got my number. We're locked in, bro. But I want to keep seeing you win, bro. And God, I can't wait till they hear some of these fucking records they're about to hear.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know what it is, man. Tap the fuck in. All of his contact information is listed below. Y'all know what it is. It's IGSSTS.com, chatartistv.com. We out of here.
Yes, sir.
Bitch, we got views.